Hello there, everyone. Xantok here with Slickster Gaming, and welcome back to some more Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. We met the Scions, and now they want us to do things for them. Well, I mean, we have been doing things for them. We've been investigating some disappearances, and... Oh, hang on, I don't think Minfilia likes me being in her chair. Well... Fine, I guess I could get up. Life, materia, and everything. Minfilia would like you to meet a distinguished individual. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you might take to the field suitably prepared, I'll have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots, and he is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix, and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. Central Thanalan, whereabouts? Oh, okay, over there. That's where we learned about materia previously. I'm trying to think of the wording. Beer bonds and whatnot. That's what it was. Oh, I guess I can put up my real gear now. There we go. Look at all the classes we'll be able to get. Oh god. It feels so weird seeing them all say 0 when I'm used to them all having a maxed out number on my main character. There's Mutamix.
Who is Uplander come to tentering of Mutamix Bubblypots?
Body tool drinks and airy self.
When full of airy self, body tool changes to Stony Shine, name of materia. If materia joined with other body tool, then Big Eyes, body tool gains power of airy self. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings fighting tool to Mutamix, yes? Fighting tool is unstrong as eating tool. Make good teaching show of power of materia.
I mean, to be fair, my fighting tool is a stick. I wouldn't use it for cutlery. The materia, master.
Now, eyes of Uplander point at fighting tool, yes? Materia joined with fighting tool. Fighting tool gains power of materia. Fighting tool reborn. Here, Uplander take fighting tool to Minfilia.
Materia, strictly speaking, is kind of crystal. It is created by drawing up the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them.
Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to gear, you imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix turned that dagger of yours from Summit, as would have struggled to cut steak,
into a weapon worth wielding. It's still a stick. Oh, the dagger, not my stick. I get you now.
Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia? Then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Mutamix.
So this basically just teaching us like, hey, yeah, so we learned about how we could use Spirit Bond to extract material from our gear, but you can also looking at our silver spectacles here. There are materia slots that we could use to put materia into our gear to give them more attributes. We are not going to be worrying about that in this Let's Play. We don't need to. It's only really necessary in high level content, which, as I said, we are not doing. It's not involved with the story, so we're not going to worry about it. Oh, I can do Nedrick's quest. Oh, I can do Nedrick's quest now. Halatali. Nedrick of the Signs of the Seventh Dawn has some useful information he wishes to share. Hello there, adventurer. I'm Nedrick Ironheart, an explorer by trade and a scion by allegiance. And you, my friend, look to me an adventurer in need of a challenge. I happen to know just the place that will offer it to you. Tucked away in a corner of eastern Thanalan lies Halatali, and it is there that you will find all the excitement you crave. The place boasts a storied history. It was built some 100 years past, the trading ground for gladiators. The calamity laid ruin to it, though, as it did to most things. Now Halatali is a shadow of its former self. But in the dark of that shadow lurk wild beasts, both bloodthirsty and beyond count. For one such as yourself, I dare say there's no place finer than Halatali to test your skill and refine your technique. Indeed, I've taken the liberty of passing your name along to the Flames who should oversee the place. Should you visit, speak with one Fafajoni near the entryway. So yeah, this guy will give us a few different quests relating to optional dungeons that we can unlock, and Halatali is one of them. We're not going to do that just yet, though. We will eventually. Might be in this episode. I'm not entirely sure. We will see. There's a certain point I want to hit before I start taking up these extra dungeons. Probably not this episode when I think about it. Welcome back, Yerinthe. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful? Sure did. Here's your dagger. What a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Yerinthe, so make it your ally. Now, it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you are ready to begin. Something new here. Our reward from that quest wasn't just a piece of gear, it was a coffer. A level 18 weapon coffer. So, this chest will turn into a weapon related to whatever class I am currently equipped as. It'll give me a weapon of item level between 18 to 21, depending on things, I guess. So I want to see what item level... Oh. Wow. The weapon we currently have is better than that one. So here's what I'm going to do. We're not going to open this coffer just yet, because it's just going to be a worse weapon. We're going to save that for whenever I'm leveling another class. Just makes sense. Another thing I want to mention, this staff up here, somebody, one of the science said before that it belonged to their former leader. We've seen this before. In the opening cinematic for Realm Reborn, which played at the beginning of the very first episode, during that whole event of the calamity, there was an old man wielding this staff. He had a big old shield that appeared, and then it eventually got broken down by the sheer force of Bahamut's attack, and we saw his staff break. This is his staff. That man was named Louis Suave. And that name has come up at least once by somebody. Just a fun little tidbit. We'll learn more about him later. Lord of the Inferno. Minfilia would like you to assist the Immortal Flames. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungust, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions. And so, they meet to have Ungust attend as planned. As the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provided to the Bjerenthe. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me tell you to save some for him. Such is his confidence in you. A confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Camp Drybone. Oh.
Ah, you're Yeranthain Sandtalk of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prise from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizard men aren't aware that their man Ungust has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of this mission, we deploy only a small contingent. And remember, must count. And so, we request the aid of the Scions.
Oh god, that voice sucks.
The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much and more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds, aren't they? Let's make sure it does.
Can do. Where is the Invisible City? What are they referring to here? Oh, okay, up there. Oh wait, what do you do a minion roulette? Wind Up Zidane is back. So this quest, this is kind of a big one, I'll say, because we're going to be doing something new today. Like I mentioned last time, similar to a dungeon, but not quite the same thing. Oh, that tree is a solid object, apparently. I can't just run through it. Shame. I'm curious why they call this place the Invisible City. Like, I don't really understand it. Just because like, it's abandoned? So, like, it used to be a city and now it's not? Is that the vibe we're going for here? I don't know. Oh, we have a solo duty. I was not expecting this.
Is the bait in place?
Our man is in position, sir.
Good. We'll make our move as soon as the Ul'dah appear.
Yes, sir.
They are huge.
I would have waited till the meeting started before we had people just charge in.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh no, that voice is not going to do.
Well, wait. Something's amiss.
Oh, have we been betrayed?
Gus, you double-crossing traitor.
Wait, traitor's flame soldier? I'm afraid your little ambush ends here.
I eluded the Immortal Flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it?
'Twas almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside.
Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I'd love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep.
They're all yours. Time to fight some Ul'dah. Oh god, it's a big old group of them too. I'm just gonna put arrow down on as many as I can. Alright, then I guess we'll just start attacking the high camp. Well, arrow's running out. Time to reapply. I was only the sergeant and one gladiator with me. Did we lose anybody and I just could have healed and I just didn't do it? I don't know. Oh goody, there's more. Ungust is laughing. Fuck you, Ungust. You suck. Why is this how Birdie are on me? I don't want you targeting me. There, I got the gladiator. Oh god, the thaumaturge's almost dead. I should heal him. Never noticed we had a thaumaturge. How long has he been here? Alright, gladiator, your turn for some healing. Sergeant, I'll throw you a bone. Whoa, wait. You didn't heal up very much. You always just have more health in general. Thaumaturge, meanwhile, is a squishy wizard boy. Oh, gladiator needs help. I'm healing, but I'm not doing a dent. Because he keeps getting targeted by everything under the goddamn sun. Thaumaturge, help him out. Oh my god. That was a sergeant. Sergeant's doing okay. There's too many of them. Put up your weapon, or your comrade's a dead man. It's okay, I can cast Revive on him. Oh no. I've been put to sleep? Bring him. The rest of you, march. Traitorous scum! And we are now in the Amalgist camp. We have been taken prisoner. The lizards claim they will soon bring us before Ifrit for tempering. All of us are as good as dead. To enter the Ball of Embers, you must have made sufficient progress in the quest Lord of the Inferno. What? We don't know what that is yet. Ah, I fear the Amalgist mean to give us to their gods an offering. If I must die here, let me die a soldier's death, with steel in hand. The Bowl of Embers is now accessible. So, we are now going to be able to access what's called a trial. First of all, I want to look at duty support. And yeah, so our people here would be Cyan Marauder, Thaumaturge, and Lancer. Just like before, but I like how their portrait has changed now. They have new gear. Because they're technically... Well, it's not that they have new gear. It's because before it was the eager people, now they're Scions. I like to imagine that's the same group of 3 people, and they followed us into the Scions. Because it's still a Rogadin, a Lalafell, and an Elizin. I almost said Elvin, but no, that's the Final Fantasy XI race. Anyways. Trials are this button right here. Trials... most trials are going to be 8 persons. But the first 3 trials... Actually, might be the first 6 trials of this game. Actually, no, I don't think... No. Some of the trials on Realm Reborn are just going to be 4 people. At a later point, they become 8 people forever and always. But for now, it's just going to be 4 people, and we just fight a boss. There's no running around the dungeon. It's literally just one boss fight. Owing to a betrayal, you have been captured by the Amalgist and taken to their stronghold of Zanrak. There to be given as an offering to the primal Ifrit. If you were to survive this fiery encounter with the Lord of the Inferno, you and your comrades must fight with no less than every ounce of your strength. Should you fall, your souls shall burn for eternity.
Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you. Grace us with your divine presence. Almighty Ifrit, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame and mark them as your own. Bloody hells, bring those two as well.
Oh, Ungus, you fucking fool. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed.
None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man,
By my breath, I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn.
Almighty Ifrit, my one true god. Your words are my bread.
Impossible! What sorcery do you resist my master's will?
I don't know, man.
Could it be your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that's the only explanation.
And now they are suddenly fearful of me.
Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as vessel, the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the godless blessed's number. The paragons warned of thy abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered.
I'll apologize to my teammates who had to wait for me to get through the cutscene voicing all the characters. And we are starting. Welcome to Ifrit. I gotta keep an eye on people's health. But yeah, he's Ifrit. He does fire. It's kind of what you would expect. Alright, this Inferno male needs to die. First of all, I need to heal my tank. He doesn't really need it, I'm just being a little cautious. Alright, the nail is gone. I'm gonna throw a heal on him right now to just get him started. Oh, yeah, I should do Medica here, actually. There we go. Ifrit is already almost down. So much for your god. Oh, what's that? Another crystal. A second one or a third one? Our second.
Pray, forgive my lateness. I was led by a congregation of Amalja's zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. I see the blood sword wasted no time extracting the captives. No less than I'd wager from the Flame General's handpicked men. As for those two, it is fair to say their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Yerente. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You've been given a veritable baptism of fire. The collar on this outfit looks way too wide. Let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Drybone, shall we say? This way, sir. So, that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ul'dah interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We've only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the persistent, my dear Livia. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to even be reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read. But I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet, I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. So there's something I want to note here. This character is named Livia Sas Junius. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. And then this guy, if it pops his name back up again, is Nero Toll Scala. Sas and Toll are not middle names. These are essentially ranks in their society. And with, there's 26, one for each letter of the alphabet. Zos, is the highest rank, and that's the Emperor. So whoever the Emperor is, something, Zos, something. So Nero here outranks Livia, but she's kind of acting like she's in charge. Well, with allies like that, beware woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. It's kind of a caste system. Alright, Fancred. We have a guy called Exodia Forbidden. I love it. I would have loved it more if he was dressed like Exodia, but oh well. There you are, Yerente. Oh, rest a while. You'll have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious feat, the Amalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time, at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I've arrived too late to be of any use. To you, or the abductees, which is all these people here. And that lady is very sad because that was probably like her husband or son. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered. But it suits me to dwell on, but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst all our misfortunes, there's still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Yerente. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fond eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way, I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Wicking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Back to the Waking Sands we go. Actually, wait, where's this Palatali one? Okay. I just want to... Oh, it's actually here on this map. I'm still going to save that for right now. I was considering just, like, completing the quest, getting the unlock, and then doing the dungeon later, but no, I think I'll just wait to do that all at once. Oh, what? Oh, here, that's what it means. I saw the quest marker on the map and I got confused. Actually, before I go in there, I want to see if Arenvald is here. Oh, hey, Stola. So sometimes when you come in here, you can talk to people and like their dialogue will change and react to things that you've done in the game. So I want to have a chat with just a couple people here. They say that those of us who have seen the dream are chosen, but we have within us a seed of greatness, that we can be heroes. Even me, an Alamegan half-breed, cast out when his mother could no longer stand the sight of him. A half-breed, who once took the banditry just to eat. Hey, I'm sure I'm just brimming with heroic potential. Don't look down on yourself, Arenvald. You're a cool guy. What about Papalimo? How's it going with you? Well, there are others who possess the Echo, none near as strong as you with the power. Hence, our extremely high expectations of you. That's not new dialogue. Well, okay, I guess the Scions don't have new dialogue. Arenvald did. Brent. Wait a minute. Oh, hey! It's the guy from the caravan. I don't know he came here. Don't mind me, lad. I'm just here to deliver a shipment. Now, where shall I tell him to put it? I didn't know he would come here. That's really cool. I bet your dog hasn't changed either. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. Dawn Riskards. My late arrival nearly cost Aranthe his life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took him prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. By some miracle, he survived. But that does not excuse the fact that he should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed him utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Oh. Yaranthe, it is so good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great. Yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now I can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal, Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Lumensa and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here, and the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether: crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, we must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals call out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence, as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet, even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite here and there. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who felled Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I am sorry to report that all are to be put to death. The flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence leads straight to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so, we Scions continue our fight. That no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us year and day. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louisa would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Well, that's a bit of a downer. But we have the Dawn Wrist Guards now. And now, because we have a portrait, anytime we change gear and we save it to our gear set, it's going to ask us, hey, so you know your current gear doesn't match the portrait. You want to just update your portrait automatically? And yes, we do. I can check this do not display preview again, but then if it is possible for your portrait to break, especially if like your face can't be seen, or maybe if it's like, I don't really know, portraits can be funky. So I'm not going to check this box because, for another reason. What if I get a piece of gear and it makes me no longer like the portrait we had due to like the post that we have on it? Like maybe my face gets covered up, or I don't like what it does to my arm. This is a little preview that'll tell me if I want to change it or not. So there we go. A hero in the making. Minfilia is where... Oh my god, what is wrong with me today? Minfilia is wearing a wry smile. Might have something to do with your newfound fame. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of Envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Ul'dah and Papalymo the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You've achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. We have guests, Yerinthe. Or rather, you have guests. Oh, beg pardons. Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Signs of the Seventh Dawn have recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I'm here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lumensa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. Minfilia looks annoyed. As you can see, Yerinthe, your recent exploits have garnered you the attention of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I found myself wondering how word of Yerenthe's deeds spread so quickly. That the Immortal Flame should know of his triumph is to be expected. But what of the other Grand Companies? I don't know what you're talking about. Your reputation precedes you, Master Xantok. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Not all the people hold you in high esteem, that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant men such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together, let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Master Xantok. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A man of your talent belongs to the Immortal Flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together, let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you had the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together, let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lumensa to the shores of glory. And I'm just like, what? I don't want to join the army. Lady Minfilia. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, may I have a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on the matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a Grand Company... This guy has a hotel bell on his head. I'm sorry, that just distracted me. I was like, that's the bell that you ring for service, and he wears it on his hat. Okay. Serving your Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet, I can see that it is no small choice you face. Ah, a thought occurs to me. You will of course recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? Oh, a fine suggestion.
You are wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well. Let Yerente hear our leader speak, then return here with his decision.
My decision is to flee the nation.
We eagerly await your answer.
I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited for the discipline of military service. But I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Yerenthe, and with it, you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one man. In the midst of a Grand Company, however, you will be one man amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization does not mean leaving another. If though we continue to rely upon your aid, the 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I'll have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Yerenthe, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now, it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Whew. All right. Well, one thing I'm going to go ahead and just get out of the way here. When it comes to these Grand Companies, this is pretty much just relegated to PvP. There will be some like exclusive housing rewards and gear that you can get by working with them. Basically, just things in their colors: red, blue, and green. Wait. Yellow. Red, blue, and yellow. Why did I think green? So, and it has no effect on the story. There might be points where like they'll refer to you by whatever rank you've achieved in the Green Company, but it is not a big choice like they were kind of making it feel like, and you can change it at any time. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Yaranthe. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often to a few too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue. Literally, if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seedseer Kanna-E-Senna will deliver her address at Keto's Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges in assembling all the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that. Make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Ul'dah, where Flame General Ralbon Al-Din will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Lominsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlube Blofisween will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's Lift. Identify yourself with the sentry Xantheo, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. Hope you find the remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. So yeah, well, you can do them in any order. There's no stopping you. I like that though. But to keep actually, Ul'dah is gonna be cheaper to warp to, because I can return to Gridania anytime. Let's just warp to Ul'dah since we're close to it. We'll do theirs first. Oh, there's a blue quest. An ill-conceived venture. What is this? What extra content are we about to unlock? Several adventurers are having difficulty summoning their retainers. What? That's okay. Should you wish to offer your assistance, you'll find these troubled souls in Limsa Lominsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah. The rewards will be the same regardless of whom you help, so do not hesitate to end the adventure of your choice. What? A no-conceit venture. Something weighs heavily on the adventurer's mind. Ugh, is this damn thing working? Oh, hello there. Say, you look like you're an old hand when it comes to this adventuring business. Mind helping me with a situation? I sent my retainer to Drybone the other day on an adventure. Hunting, to be precise. Simple enough work, right? Except now she's gone and missing. Much as I'd like to head out there and look for her, though, I know full well that I'd be feeding the buzzards before long. So, if you're willing, I'd be much obliged if you could go to Eastern Thanaland in my stead. Okay. I think this is going to unlock, Worried Weaver? Oh, right. I remember that now. I got a little confused there. It's time. We'll go to Eastern Thanaland after... Actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll do it after the Remembrance in Ul'dah. Since we're already here. But what I was going to say is... when we were looking at a retainer last episode, I was looking for an option to do retainer ventures. Where I get to send up my retainer and they'll go do a thing for me, essentially. And the option wasn't there. I think this quest is what unlocks it. But first...
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanimo herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns exist and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul'dah dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold, where by the grace and glory of Ul'dah have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Ul'dah wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Rauban? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the Inferno, for we are by fire reborn!
I like Braubon Anonymous.
Forsooth!
The time is now!
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Ul'Dahs have a long history of conflict with the Ul'dah, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Ul'Dahs do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, mothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has nuclear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Ul'dah are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Ul'Dah send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. So that was Alphino and his twin sister, Alisaie, not that she spoke up. You may remember that they were actually in episode 1. They were traveling with us on the caravan to Gridania, and they are traveling with you to Ul'dah or Limsa, whichever city state you choose to begin at, they will be in that same caravan. But who are they? What are they about? Well, we know that Alphino at least has a interest in history, but beyond that, we don't know a whole lot. Let's go ahead and go to Camp Drybo now to help look for that missing retainer. I'm pretty sure this quest will get us the retainer ventures. I mean, the guy was talking about sending his retainer on one, so it just kind of makes sense. Retainer ventures are how you'll be able to assign a class to your retainer. They can be a combat class, a gatherer, or even actually I don't think you can do a crafter, thinking about it. But they can and they'll be able to level up as they go on ventures, and they'll be able to go on higher level ventures and get different kind of rewards. But they can only level as high as you are. So, as a level 30 conjurer, I would not want to put them on, let's say, pugilist, because we haven't even started pugilist. Heck, I'm not even sure if I have the option to do that yet. Alright, we got rabid mongrels. Let's save this retainer, who is, oh god, yeah, I forgot that retainers are dressed like that. It's kind of odd, I think, personally. That's one thing I like about doing retainer ventures, then I'll be able to give my retainer gear so that they won't look like they're wearing some kind of weird sort of butler, Chuck E. Cheese man outfit. I don't know.
You, sir, are a saint. I thought I was done for. What's that look for? I think that you've never seen a retainer on a hunting venture before? It's a regular part of my duties these days. Though I admit, I'm not very good at it. Oh my,
Is that who I think it is? Uh-oh. Hello? Oh, yes, he arrived in the nick? Yeah, I'll return at once. I'm afraid I don't have time to stay and chat. Duty calls. But thank you again for saving my life. I wish I could reward you somehow. But, oh, I know. Go tell Chachabi, my supervisor, how you helped me. You can find her at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange in Ul'dah. Be sure to pay a visit. Oh, that was... Animation was a little stiff.
I guess we're going back to Ul'dah.
To the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Greetings, sir. Is there aught you require? I know exactly whom you speak. This was not the first incident. Mayhaps she lacks the fortitude to undertake ventures. Oh dear, I know that look. Notice has informed you of our latest services, have they? In cooperation with the Adventurers Guild, we've established a new system through which retainers may be dispatched to procure items for their employers. Should you wish to avail yourself of this additional service, you'll need to pay your retainers in advance with ventures, which are scrip issued by the Adventurers Guild. I gather you have none in your possession, so allow me to give you a token sum. Your retainers have received basic instruction in a variety of disciplines, but they want more experience. If you would like them to undertake anything more than the most menial of tasks, you'll need to furnish them with quality equipment and give them opportunities to hone their skills. As long as you bear that in mind, I should think you would not be disappointed. You may not dispatch the retainers in your employ on ventures. Summon the retainer you wish to send afield and follow the instructions to begin. We're gonna do it. You can now send your retainers afield on procurement expeditions known as ventures. Before you can do so, however, you must first assign them a class. After summoning a retainer, select Assign Retainer Class from the retainer menu to begin. Alright, so Lacey, let's see here. Assign retainer class. Oh, you cannot undertake ventures until you assign his or her class. This can be any class, with the exception of those of the Disciples of the Hand. Your retainer's class determines which ventures he or she can embark upon. Please be advised that you cannot assign your retainer class you have not yet unlocked. There we go. A retainer class. Your retainer can be assigned any one class, with the exception of those of the Disciples of the Hand. While it is possible to reassign classes, please be warned that your retainer's progress in the current class will be reset. A retainer's class determines which ventures he or she may embark upon. Retainers gain in level by completing ventures, but their level will never exceed your own. So, we're going to choose Conjurer. Our options are basically just like the starting classes here, and then Miner, Botanist, and Fisher. As a disciple of War or Magic, your retainer will be able to undertake hunting and field exploration ventures. So Lacey has become a Conjurer. You must now equip a main arm to your retainer. Select View Retainer Attributes and Gear from the retainer menu to proceed, which is right here. You can equip any item in your inventory or armory chest to your retainer, so long as he or she meets the requirements. Equip a main arm to your retainer to proceed. So this is part of why we weren't getting rid of any of our stuff yet, because we have to give our equipment to our retainer. So we only have one weapon that they can equip, so they get the Weathered Cane. And now it's theirs. Look at that. And then is there anything else we can give them? Well, the Hempen Quiff does give stats. Actually, oh wait, or at least just the base level 1 stats. I think they are. Let's give her, that'd be funny. Let's give her the Wild Rose bandana, because I think that's amusing to me. Even though it does not really help her too much, it's still something. For body, Wait, the Talentless Celeste is stronger than the Wild Rose Queerus? Huh. Interesting. Oh, and so is the Leonhardt jacket. How'd she look with that? Okay, you know, I like it. I like it. I want to see Talentless Vest. Yeah, I'll go with Leonhardt. So far, it's funky, but I love it. Alright, some gloves. Again, it's either going to be Talentless Gus or Leonhardt gloves. Let's give her the best stats. That's probably going to be the same for the... Yep. Do I want to wear jeans or black pants? I guess we'll just keep the theme going. She's just going to be dressed up like Squall. And I'm okay with that. Squall with Furian's headband, because why not? And can I give her any accessories? I don't know how helpful these will... Actually, I don't think these will be helpful to her. I think it only goes on, like, item level, if I remember correctly. That's the only thing that matters for Ventress. So I'm actually not going to give her any of these. She doesn't need them. Actually, I don't think any of this technically doesn't even help her, if I'm not that I'm remembering this correctly. But it's fine. I still like this outfit. You've equipped the main arm to Selasi. Your retainer is now duly prepared to undertake ventures. Select assign venture from the retainer menu to proceed. Ventures are tasks which send retainers afield on procurement expeditions. Retainers can be instructed to either bring back specific items or explore certain terrains for whatever items may be found, be they riches or refuse. It should be noted that retainers well equipped for their journey may return with greater spoils. Assigning a venture requires a payment in a unique currency of the same name. Ventures. Ventures can be acquired through a variety of methods, such as exchanging company seals, fulfilling leave objectives, and completing allied society quests. Even while on a venture, retainers will promptly answer your call when summoned, and likewise can be sent to tend to your wares at the markets. Be certain to put these resourceful men and women to good use. Please note that you will not be refunded any venture payments if you cancel an active venture. Oh boy. There are two main types of ventures which you can assign your retainer. Hunting, mining, botany, and fishing constitute one type, which you specify an item for your retainer to procure. And of those, all combat classes can do hunting, miners can do mining, botanists can do botany, and fishers can do fishing. So ideally, if you want to do all the different types, you would want to have at least 4 retainers. Exploration ventures constitute the second type, in which your retainer will scour the terrain of your choosing for, hopefully, precious items. However, your retainer will not undertake a venture without first receiving due compensation. Assigning a venture requires a payment in a unique currency of the same name. Ventures. Ventures can be acquired through a variety of methods, such as exchanging company seals, fulfilling leave objectives, and completing allied society quests. As you may recall, the ventures your retainer can undertake are determined by his or her class. As a disciple of war or magic, your retainer will be able to undertake hunting and field exploration ventures. So let's look at hunting first. So, because our retainer is only level 1, they can only do the level 1 to 5 hunting venture, where we can tell them to go get us some animal skins. They pick up 5, and it will take them 1 hour, and it will cost us 1 venture. Alternatively, field exploration. I can choose field exploration 1, which will take 18 hours, and will cost 2 ventures. One of 2 main venture types, exploration sends your retainer to scour the terrain of your choosing for, hopefully, precious items. There's no telling what he or she will find. Indeed, there are certain rare items which can only be obtained through ventures, so make a point of dispatching your dispatching your retainer as often as your resources allow. Now I want to see if there's a prompt for a hunt. I click on this. Oh, no, there's not. That's surprising, honestly. So we're going to pick field exploration. And now Selasi is assigned a venture. To confirm the time remaining until a venture is complete, select timers under duty from the main menu and select ventures. You can also confirm the time remaining by selecting View Venture Report for the retainer menu. Should you wish to cancel the venture and recall your retainer, you may do so when viewing the venture report. However, please be advised that this is not necessary unless you wish to assign a different venture to your retainer. Even with a venture in progress, you can still entrust or withdraw items and guild or sell items on the market. So in 18 hours, I can check in and we'll be able to see We'll be able to see what we got. Unfortunately, we don't have very many adventures, and it costs 2. So we're going to be able to do so many of these before I run out. I'll be able to get more, but it's going to be a slow thing before I really do a whole lot with this. And it's pretty much all going to be off screen because there's nothing sort of related to this. So it's kind of a low priority for me. I may not do much at all. I don't know. With that said, let's go ahead and go to Limsa Lominsa to see their remembrance service. And we'll do Gridania for last. Here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick. The Admiral's due to give her address at any moment.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our Grand Company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all!
Long live the Admiral! And remove them!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass? I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
I can say the same. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa is played by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Leminsen's backyard. And that is to say naught of the internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there's no end to the blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lemensens are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you will be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. If your impression of Alpino is something along the lines of, this smarmy git seems to think that he knows everything about everything, you're not wrong. He kind of does have that attitude. Alright, we are back in the Gridania. Been a bit. we have our class quest that we can do, but I'm going to do the main story quest here first. Oh God, what is this area? I'm not sure what that is. And then once we see the remembrance celebration here, then we'll do our level 30 class quest. My God, our level 30 class quest.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three seed seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hure and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hure and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk the high roads without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
Oh, Alisaie spoke up.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
For the elementals! Fancy meeting you again.
I could say the same thing. Again. The Gridanians were unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal, Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians. Until recently, at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, it may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and therefore the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later, it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out, if the Elder Seedseer's words fell on fertile ground. Yeranthe, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope? Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you said. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. In short, I don't like them in my secret base. Please come here so that they will leave. I don't blame her, honestly. Before we go back, though, we're gonna do our class quest. I almost thinking, wait, what quest is over here? Like, oh wait, no, I remember. That's Pictomancy. We won't even have that option until level 90. In nature's embrace, Brother Ace to Beyond would have you investigate the creeping corruption which threatens the 12's Wood. Ah, Yeranthe. Your presence here is most welcome. I have another task to which your maturing skills are well suited. Attend to me closely. Expansive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of the sizable disturbance that you previously cleansed, I can only conclude that this phenomenon is the work of a malign agent. It must be found swiftly, lest the corruption spread, and I would have you assist in the investigation. Guildmaster, you must let me help! Sylphie? Since I got back from the South Shroud, I've spent all my time studying the forces of nature. I even sat through one of Hero Nolanel's lectures, and trust me, that was hard. The 12's Wood is crying out in pain. My skills are still a bit, well, lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Lacking? Sylphie, you have yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it will be far too dangerous to send you off into the forest alone. So, I need to stay here then? Not necessarily. Yeranthe, with your consent, I would have Sylvie accompany you once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind. Given the nature of the investigation, it is like that Sylvie's innate talent for hearing will prove as useful to you as your conjuring will to her. There is much you might accomplish together. Sylvie, you are not to approach any sources of corruption without Yeranthe at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often, you allow your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. Now go, and may the elementals watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Something tells me we should start at Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Meet me there as soon as you can, Yeranthe. And hurry. The corruption is spreading. Alright, let's go. Where's the hell the Tolly one again? That was also in Fantasy. Okay, yeah, that was in Fantasyland. We'll get there. Oh, blue quest. Oh, it's a leave meat one. Fine. Leaves of Quarry Mill. Niall, the leave meat at Quarry Mill, is recruiting adventurers to undertake his stack of local leave quests. Hello. I'm Niall. Work for the Adventurers Guild. Looking for a job, are you? But of course you aren't.
In any case, I'm contractually obliged to tell you that I have in my possession the details of such needful tasks having been set forth by the residents of Quarry Mill and the surrounding areas, mostly involving the slaying of monsters and the procurement of goods. All in all, terribly dangerous work. Or so they tell me. Should this idea appeal to you for some reason, I may add that I'm required to assess each volunteer's chances of surviving said employment via the assignation of a similarly dangerous trial leave. Not put up by the thought of an abrupt and painful demise? Good. Then please signal your intent to undertake this test. Revenge! A new underhanded technique involving the provocation of peaceful treants to create confusion during robberies is being employed by an increasing number of local highwaymen. What is worse, these angered seed kids remain agitated long after the bandits have done their damage, resulting in a forest overrun with frenzied foliage. To ensure the safety of innocent bystanders, Stillglade Fane has concocted a special formula which, when sprinkled on a weakened treant, should calm the giant creature. They now seek fearless adventurers to carry out the task. Very good. Oh, I almost forgot. Treants won't feel the effects of the bottle of solace unless you weaken them sufficiently first. I wish you fortune in your task. Select the item icon on your duty list while targeting a treant to use the bottle of solace. So, first of all, we can kill these creatures without calming them down, and that's something we don't want to do. Where am I going up here? So we want to make sure that we weaken them, but not kill them. In later expansions, there are similar quests, but it will stop the creature from dying at 0.1%. They don't do that here, sadly. Well, I probably don't want to do my damage over time spell for this. Alright, one more. Let's use the item. There we go. Oh, there's all these guys that we can also get for like a bonus objective, so I guess we'll just kill them. At least I assume we'll get a bonus. Also, the Angered Elms, the effect only lasts for 15 minutes. So if I were to take longer than that, they will be aggro on me again. Just a little detail. Something to be aware of. Don't dick around too long. I actually kind of want to hunt down all these guys and just kill them all. I think that's awesome because I think these are just the two other circles. So let's just get to this Angered Elm. We'll hit it a few times. And we use Solace. And we're done. Ah, it seems I must congratulate you on completing the trial leave. There's a reward to entice you to jeopardize your personal safety a second time. I am cautiously heartened by the knowledge that you are not certain to be summarily slaughtered should you choose. For whatever reason, to undertake a leave quest at some point in the future. Oh dear. I do hope I have just attempted fate. Ah, that would have been too bad. None of this was actually better for us. Alright, let's get to our class quest now. Corrupted soil. Selfie. There's some tainted soil here, aren't they? Please do what you can. We got this.
That was brilliant, Yaranthe. But it was only the start. The forest still grunts in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north? No, the northeast. Let's go and have a look. More corrupted soil. More corrupted soil. Over to you. Really? Red Belly? Okay, well, let me take care of the Earth Sprite first, since that's weaker. Come on, throw arrow back on. Okay, Red Belly's gonna die. They'll both die in the wrong at this point. Come on, die to arrow. There you go. You're doing really well, Yaranthe. But I think there's another one. And well, it calls to me even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yes. To the east. No, Red Bellies. I'm not here for you. No, no, leave me alone. Right there, Yaranthe. This corruption is everywhere. Thankfully, they're all just level 20s, so it's not like they're a threat. I mean, when I had the Red Belly also attack me, that got a little concerning. But just these on their own, they're nothing. Nice work. The earth here feels healed. And yet, there's another disturbance, and it's big. Really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wrong-er, I think. I think it might be what's causing all of this. I know Brother Asumi said we weren't to confront it, but we could just let it corrupt the rest of the forest, and however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. What I mean to say is I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here. Somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? Yes, we shall. Oh, it's really close by, actually. Oh, that's a hole in the ground. Oh, hey! Enemies in our hunt log. Oh, really? Come on. Gonna make me immediately move out of position. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voice of the Force to notice that. Do you, Yerinthe? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, that sense of wrongness I had suddenly felt less... Well, it just felt less. It's almost as if it's holding its breath. Or hiding? Wait. Do you see that? Just in that one spot. There. The air seems wrong. Selphie, where are you going? Get behind me right now. Oh, that is a void scent. A creature from the void. That would certainly explain all the corruption. It's an Aquaman. This creature's a void scent. I've heard Brother Asumi speak of them. Be careful, Yerinthe. You'll be paralyzed if you meet its gaze. So that, yeah, that attack. If I am in that AoE and I'm looking at it, then I will probably be turned to stone or some other effect. Oh, we've also got a tainted earth sprite entering the field. There are some attacks though that they don't have an AoE marker. It's just turn around or don't look at him when the attack goes off. But thankfully, once like this, I can just get out of range and then I'll be fine. I'm gonna throw a heal down on me though. Ah, much better. Oh, we need to redo arrow. Uh-oh. Imps. Alright. Oh my god. I'm hurt. Hey, Stilpy, I could... Oh, Jesus. Okay. I don't like all these things getting involved. Okay, good. Painted sprite's gone. Let's kill these imps. I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna heal. Okay, good. Also, he said Sophie hadn't learned any offensive spells. I saw Akuma or something get a second arrow. And so that wasn't from me, so she clearly knows arrow. And I'm pretty sure I just saw her use stone. So, Brother Asumi is the lion. Or I guess he said master. Maybe she's like... She can use them, but she's not very good. Isn't it amazing, Yerinthe? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always this warm? I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Don't worry. Healing doesn't drain me anymore. Not since I learned how to borrow from nature. And I have you to thank for that, Yeranthe. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Asumi.
The little antlers on that Lalafell amused me.
Conjurer's Guild. Welcome back, Yeranthe. Sylphie. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders? Well, the force is suffering. We couldn't just walk away. It's not Yeranthe's fault, it's mine. It was all my idea. I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing you did not foresee. I am of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Gridania is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Akamon had taken root in the calamity-weakened soil. There's no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated the creature. And if I am not mistaken, Sylphie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during the battle. How did you... Well, yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Yeranthe, and then I suddenly felt the powers surging through me. That is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature, and nature responded to your need. But we must not forget your part in this, Yeranthe. It is clear to me that your journey with Sylphie has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for the last of my teachings. Thus it is with great pleasure that I pass on another of our guild's magics. A more potent form of the cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your continuing endeavors. Wheresoever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path.
Alright, let's see. Upgrade-wise, that we'd be going... Oh, wow. I don't know, 17 to 31 is a huge jump. Is it going to be the same for all of these? Not the shoes. So, let's... Oh, I hate how that looks. Oh, gross. That yellow is so bad. Oh, I hate it. I guess we'll go with the boots, or not the boots, the legs. That gives me the same stat bonus that the body piece does, and it's less egregious with its yellow. I'm sorry, yellow fans. It's just not for me. And we learned Cure 2. Cure 2 is way better than Cure 1. Cure 1 restores target's HP for with a potency of 450. Cure 2 is 700. That said, Cure 1 is faster to cast than Cure 2. So you might be thinking like, okay, well, doesn't that mean I'll be able to heal more faster?
Yes, but no. Cure 2 is our healing spell now. We're still going to keep Cure 1 on our top bar but we will not be casting it unless we are in a dungeon where we can't get, or we're not allowed to use Cure 2. And you'll notice that there is no more class quest mark above Isumion. You would think there should be something being like, hey, at level 35 you go to your next quest. But no, there's nothing. That's because the class quests end at level 30 for all combat classes. Something else will replace it later on starting at level 35, but we have to unlock them first with a main story quest. And I think we'll do that main story quest next time. Fairly certain. We've also unlocked a new side quest here. Conjurers unlock this side quest. Actually, let me just click on it to make sure. Yeah. Conjurers unlock a little bonus side quest here once they hit level 30 and they complete their class quest. No other class does. That said, we're going to go ahead and end things here. Next time around, we're going to go ahead and take this class quest from Brea, and then we're going to go report into Minfilia and continue our tale. See you all then. Bye, everyone.